Cinephiles of the internet, my name's Adriana, and today I have some books to share with you. What? It's a book haul! I don't know, you guys, I just get really excited about this stuff because I am poor, and you probably have noticed by now that I don't go out and just buy 1,000 books at once. That is not something that I'm able to do. But I do collect my books one by one, so they slowly accumulate over time, and now from the past few months, I have some books to share with you. So without further ado, let's talk about the new books, yeah. The first book that I have to show you is probably the most obscure of the bunch, but it's the one I've actually been reading the most out of and the one that I've been getting the most use from. So without further ado, it is Wonder Book, The Illustrated Guide to Creating Imaginative Fiction by Jeff Vandermeer. We can just take a second to admire the beauty of this cover, yeah. In case you're wondering, this is not a fiction book. This is more like a reference book or a how-to book. It goes over the very basic sort of how-tos and whatnots about how to write a novel, but then it takes it a step farther and it discusses the struggles and how to overcome the struggles of writing any kind of imaginative fiction, which is like sci-fi or fantasy or just out of the box, very different kind of fiction. So this has contributors like George R.R. Martin, Lev Grossman, Neil Gaiman, Ursula K. Le Guin. I could go on and on and on. But these really famous SFF authors have taken the time to put these testimonies within this book that talk about their advice or their opinions on certain subjects, on what to do, on what not to do with their experience. And like I said, it also gives those authors a medium to talk about their struggles and their complications when they were thinking of some crazy novel and how they overcame that and how you can overcome it too. I wish I could talk more about this and show you more about the wonderful things that I've gotten out of this book, but this is a really cool resource to have. Like I said, if you're serious about writing any kind of imaginative fiction, you should look into this book. It's really not that expensive. It's about 15 bucks or so on Amazon, so there's this. The next book I have to show you I don't want to talk too much about, and that is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Maybe you saw me unpackage this in my very special unpackaging video. I will link that down below if you just want to see me be weird and flaily and incoherent. Spoiler alert, what's in the package is The Raven Boys. I won this book in Rachel Wright's 500 subs giveaway. I already talked about what this book was about in my unpackaging video. That's why I don't want to talk any more about it. I just thought I should officially haul it just for posterity. It's here. The next book I have, I am so stoked about. I'm even more proud of myself for buying this book at the price that I found it at, and that is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, hardcover edition. Got it off Book Outlet for $4. Can I get an amen? I know everybody is all up in the Mistborn trilogy right now, and that is going to happen someday, but for me, The Way of Kings has been the Brandon Sanderson book that I've always wanted and that I've always wanted to read before I even knew who Brandon Sanderson was. I really love this cover, and I really wanted to buy this hardcover edition and not that doorstop weapon-sized mass market paperback that they sell everywhere. I wanted this to be the one that goes on my shelf. Also, while we're talking about it, the inside of this book is beautiful as well. Can we just take a second to admire? I don't even want to try to explain what this book is about. It is high fantasy. Hella high fantasy. Those words just came out of my mouth. I am an English major and I just called this hella high fantasy. But I do know that it is about a fallen order known as the Knights Radiant who left behind their shard blades and shard plates, which are mystical swords and suits of armor that transform ordinary men into near invincible warriors. Everybody is warring over these things and fighting over these things, and clearly this is full of complexities. It's like Bible size. This is a super cool copy to have, and like I said, I am very proud of myself for buying this at the price that I found it at. Then I placed an order on barnesandnoble.com and I got a couple of books from them, and so the first one is Winger by Andrew Smith. Can we just take another second to appreciate the whole packaging of this novel? This, and this, which no one ever shows you. This is so freaking cool. It's like a mirror image and it's cartoon, and I just don't have anything to say. This is cool. This is enough for me. But this is a YA, probably coming of age novel, I'd like to say, and all I know is that the main character is at a boarding school or a private school. I think he's on the rugby team, or he knows people on the rugby team. Basically, his life is a mess, and I feel like on that level, he and I can connect very well. We got this. It sounds hilarious and raunchy, and I really, really love the humor. Like, I always go into Barnes & Noble and I always read the first chapter of this book, and just based on the voice and the writing style, it just seems like something I'm going to really, really love, and I can't wait to get into it, so I'm very happy that I got this. If you know me at all, you know why I placed that Barnes & Noble order. You know which new release I had to go out of my way to get, and if you guessed The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas, you would be 1000% correct. This is the hardcover bind-up of the 5 prequel novellas to the Throne of Glass series. Y'all know how much I love that series. I was a little bit hesitant about Throne of Glass. I didn't love it as much as I thought I would, but Crown of Midnight just sealed the deal. I need something to tide me over till September when we get Heir of Fire and then I die. So this is very cool, and if you can't afford this stunning, gorgeous, amazing, glorious bind-up, each of these novellas pretty much are available as individual ebooks wherever you like to buy your ebooks from. So there's that. And the last book I have to show you is one that I got only a couple of days ago, and I was really excited to see it because I was just strolling through Target, had some extra money, I hit up the book aisle, you know, as one does, and this book was on sale, and you know how that goes. So that is Half Bad by Sally Green. So I was surprised to see this book on sale because, like I said, it was recently released, and you guys know brand new hardcovers are usually like $20, you know. However, it was on sale for $15, and then they were having a sale on their sale, and it was $12. So I was gonna get it. I'm not saying that's cheap or anything, because that's still a significant amount of money for like the less fortunate me. But for a newly released hardback, that is not that bad. I don't know too much about this. I know that it is the first book in a new YA trilogy, perhaps, and that it has to do with 2 warring factions of witches, and the main character is the son of like the most notorious witch ever, so it sounds really cool, and it sounds like something I would definitely read. That's why I have it. Pretty stoked about this one, and the cover is shiny and beautiful. So another beautiful cover. There's a theme, beautiful covers. So those are some of my recent purchases. I am very happy with them, and they are going to look beautiful on this shelf behind me in case you were wondering. So I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side of the page. Bye.